Small business owners, established business people, and millionaires around America are now feeling the heat of Trump's tariff wars. Hello, African Diaspora News family. My name is Reneilwe Morema, and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel. I'm reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. Trump's trade wars are spilling over to innocent people trying to build wealth for themselves. Several business owners have voiced out their frustration over this tariff wars with China. But I can't help but wonder concerning the businessmen that are affected by this trade wars. What did you expect was going to happen when you voted for Donald Trump?
All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China. I import alloy wheels for cars, and I do somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 containers a year, which is a small business in regards to this industry. At 104%, I am absolutely going to implode and will not last 6 months. So with that said, I'm asking, is there anybody out there that has connections with manufacturing facilities, specifically alloy wheels, either in the United States or outside in these lesser tariffed countries like Mexico, Indonesia, Thailand, India? I need to find another source. I've emailed a lot of these companies and cannot get a response. And I just don't know if it's because I'm a small business or what exactly it is. So if anybody's out there that can help or shed some light, maybe provide some information that would be helpful, I would really greatly appreciate it, because if not, it's just a small business here that's going to go under, and I'll be back to digging ditches again, which I'm not scared to do, but it's a little harder to do with a wife, 2 kids, and at 45 years old. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
It's quite shocking that a lot of people that voted for Trump did not see this coming. He did mention a lot of what is happening right now in his election campaigns, the trade war with China and some BRICS nations, and in some instances, the restoration of America, meaning it was going back to the way it was, where whites had the upper hand, where the rich got richer at the expense of the less privileged. Those were the values of America asserting their dominance in the world. The values of make America great again. Now, people did not feel sorry for the gentleman. Instead, they mocked him for his stupidity, saying, and I quote, "Asking for a rope when you threw yourself off a cliff is absolutely crazy. I wouldn't spit on this man if he was on fire." And he responded to them by saying,
I love this for you. I love this. Nice. I love this for you. I love to see you fail. I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely. Did I know he was going to increase the tariffs? Yes, I did. However, I thought that the infrastructure would be set up prior for small business to come back to America and manufacture in America. So to wish ill on someone and to love the fact that they're suffering, to love the fact that their family is being negatively affected because I didn't vote the same way that you did is up. It really is. It shouldn't matter. Anyone that enters my life, I'm going to judge you of who you are, how you are as a human being. Are you kind? Are you polite? Are you sincere? That's how I judge you, not who you voted for. I've got far left-leaning friends. I got far right-leaning friends. It doesn't matter to me. I like you based on who you are. But to see someone hurt and their business fail and their family be affected because they didn't vote the way you did, I'm sorry, a lot of you are up. I'm sorry. We should all care about each other regardless of who we voted for. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can be better people. Good luck to you guys.
3 months in, and these men are already at the finding out stage. If it makes him feel any better, even the South African president to America is finding out the hard way. Look at his Tesla share price. They have plummeted since the beginning of this year. It's gonna be a long 4 years for y'all. The thing is, these white folks, these businessmen who voted for Trump out of greed, they voted for Trump because they thought his racist policies were going to negatively affect black people only. They didn't realize that he's also classist and sexist, and he was going to make working conditions for the average American worker more difficult, or put small agricultural farmers out of business, or not let women work in federal government. They didn't realize that making the world unlivable for some will eventually affect them as well. They knew why they voted for Trump. They thought as long as Trump's business-minded mentality will marginalize black people and put the rich first, making them richer, then everything will be fine. I think the spirits of our ancestors that crossed the Atlantic Ocean and forced them to be slaves are getting revenge. They gave us the gift of Trump. Trump's presidential term is a money-grabbing scheme and a classist regime that people thought it was going to elevate them, but instead he's taking the whole country down with him, and it's beautiful to witness. The Financial Times reports that wealthy Americans have increased the number of bank accounts opened in Switzerland. The millionaires are scared. This current flight and fear among wealthy US investors is the same as the fear they had back in the 2008 financial crisis. Since Trump's inauguration, Swiss banks have observed increased demand and growing interest from US clients in wealth management services. They fear the collapse of the US financial market, which is inevitable, to be honest. I mean, why am I saying it's inevitable? Americans are often unsettled after elections, but this time it's different. Americans move their money to offshore accounts after every election. Sure, I mean, when a new president comes to power, they do that. However, according to the Geneva-based private bank Piquet, the number of American people moving their money to Swiss bank is extremely high this time around. Even Republican millionaires are also moving their money because of how Trump's policies have become unpredictable, and they are worried about the devaluation of the US dollar. They're doing it, yeah. You know, the millionaires have fears. They have their fears. Whenever there's a new president, you know, whenever there's a political shift, they move their money. It's normal. I think it's done everywhere in the world. But this time, with Trump, people are not playing. After the inauguration, the Swiss bank is like, hey, we are getting a lot of the US billionaires opening bank accounts, money being moved to offshore accounts. People are scared. But he did say in his election campaigns that this is going to happen. The rich are going to get richer. Y'all are going to have so much money you wouldn't know what to do with this kind of money that you're about to have. He did say that in the long run, he will manipulate the stock market to make his friends richer. Wasn't there a video that dropped where he was boasting about how he was boasting to his billionaire friend how much they made during the manipulation of, you know, the market stock? Didn't a video come out, you know, when he was boasting about that? He did mention that, you know, you will have money, but unfortunately, he was not talking about the average American. He was talking with the person behind y'all. He was talking to the camera, to his billionaire friends, that brace yourself, I will make you rich at the expense of the working average American. At the backs of Black Americans, where is your share in all of this? He was speaking to the white elite, not even the Black billionaires like Oprah, Jay-Z, Rihanna. No. You are in for a ride. This 4 years of your life is going to be daunting. All because you were blindsided. No, you're not blindsided. You knew what was going to happen. I mean, these small businessmen that complain and say, oh my gosh, the tariff wars, they've made life unbearable. Now I have to increase prices. Now, you know, exporting, you know, if you're working in the automobile industry, exporting automobile parts is going to be expensive. Now I have to raise prices for my customers. I'm losing business, yada, 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 yada. When you voted for Trump, what do you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? As long as he marginalized Black people and made the poor poorer, then everything was fine. You were more than happy to benefit from Trump's schemes of making money. You're more than happy to make other people's life unbearable as long as you benefited. But unfortunately, you shot yourself in the foot. now you are feeling the consequences and you want to come on social media and cry and say, my family is not going to eat. And now I won't be able to put food on the table. Didn't you think about that when you voted for Trump? Didn't you think that your family might not have food? That increased prices of groceries, increased prices of exported goods is going to be hella expensive. It's going to be, increased. Didn't you think that? No, please don't come here on social media and cry wolf and try to guilt trip us about your kids not having food at the end of the day and your business might be ruined. Come on, you knew what you were doing. I'm speaking to both white and black Americans. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell.